I can feel it coming in the air tonight. A lot. Hey Scrubs, this is Retro, and this is going to be a slightly different video to usual. Usually I record voiceover along with gameplay. However, because I've been doing a lot of recording audio only, I've got my audio on a different track. Anyway, the long and short of it is that this episode is going to be voiced over after I've played through it. Ha! Ta-da! So all the amazing hyped up commentary I did after I ingested loads of caffeine is gone. I'm going to super edit it. This is about 2 hours of gameplay. I'm going to super edit it and just get rid of a lot of chaff and talk over some of the more enjoyable parts with you guys. Pretty big stuff happens in this episode. Pretty significant choice at the end of the episode to make as well, which I'm hoping I'm going to get some input from you guys on. Anyway, this is episode 23. Let's get on with it. So last episode we left Solitude, and on our way out of the city we came across a Thalmor patrol, which very quickly got choked out by Big Daddy Valdar. However, we had a bit of a problem. As you can see here, the bodies have dropped, and there's a spooky Dragaton body that's just sort of flopping out of the sky. Hopefully, when I start my new mod list, the physics will be less fucky, and I'll be able to play the game without, like, you know, people's sweet rolls bouncing around on the table and shit like this, where the bodies are flopping around all the time. Anyway, up this path we come across some particularly juicy Thalmor that need a good paddling, but first I get kind of distracted by, firstly, the view. I'm like, ooh baby, nips are so hard. And then the washing line mod, oh man, it adds so much for me. I don't know why, I'm a bit of a weirdo with a beardo. Also, I love fighting that Val Dragon. Fighting it? No, sorry, I hate fighting dragons in Skyrim. They're fucking mechanically redundant. However, I love the look of the dragons added by that mod. I think is it Chaos Dragons or Dragon Splendor, I think. Anyway, up this path, Farm will need a good old fisting. Let's get to the juice. The butt juice. Oh, fucking hell. Here they are, it's everybody's favourite tyrannical arsehole patrol. The Thalmor. I don't know anybody that, unless you're playing a specific roleplay character, anyone who sees a Thalmor patrol and doesn't just start swinging long dick style into the back of their heads. You know what I'm saying? So I usually neglect magic in Skyrim because if I'm going to use it, I'll just use destruction magic, and, you know, I wouldn't say it's particularly broken, I'd say it's pretty bland. Vanilla anyway. Whereas mods add in, you know, like Triumvirate and things like that. Reasons to play different schools of magic offensively other than destruction, because typically it's either destruction magic or, you know, you just grill in yourself with a nice little heal or a ward or oak flesh. However, I think, you know, having spells in the School of Restoration, for example, that deal damage, you'll see later on in the episode, I use, I think it's called Sunflare against some undead. I really like having that in the School of Restoration instead of destruction. Feels good, man. Feels good. Feels good. Also, you've got to strip the Thalmor officers just because it's a humiliation thing. It's a guerrilla warfare from the Stormcloaks. It's not gay unless you want it to be. Damien, cut! So I've got a hankering. Oh, bye-bye. Got a hankering for going up this path. I tried not to get distracted.
Look at my temple lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of mortals, their crafts and their hearts. If they love me not, how can my love reach them?
I try not to get distracted by side paths, but when it's signposted so beautifully like this for me, I've just got to go up and see it. And I'm thinking this is Dawnfang, Duskfang.
Explore to me, my beacon, that I might guide you toward your destiny.
I can't be the only horn dog that looks at Meridia's statue and gets a chub. Can I say chub? A chubbernuts. Also, I'm always being frequently disrupted by beautiful scenery, and I'm going to edit this out, but I spent about 5 minutes here taking some sick screenshots of Lydia. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. A lot. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord. Dum 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 dum. Anyway, let's just get away from that issue. Therapist's gonna love that. Anyway, let's put the anal bead back in the... Ah, there we go. Now I am the Float Daddy. Okay, so skip that out. The reason I did that was Valdar got up into the sky, and for whatever reason my textures of anything were flickering like shit, and it looked dreadful. So, Meridian gives you the quest to go and clear out her temple. We're going to go in there. There's a Necromancer that is using her artifact and the souls of the dead from the Civil War to basically summon undead beings. And we're going to go in there and give them a good what for. Now, importantly, she offers us patronage when we accept this quest, and she asks us if we want to follow her. I said yes, because I thought, although we've thrown in with Stendarr, Meridian, they're all about, or Meridia, they're all about spanking the undead and twisting those nurples purple, am I right? So, oh, and she's really thick about attacking the undead and restoration, which is like the only magic Valdar would ever touch. She's not a dirty destruction peasant. Anyway. Oh, and I also spent ages, like, probably like 4 or 5 minutes looking for the entrance to this place. Fun fact, it's at the bottom of the stairs. Fuck, I went right past it. So here we go. Now, I've got to be honest. Another Nordic ruin. I think what the next Elder Scrolls entry needs a lot more of is slow, suspenseful walking through underground crypts or dungeons where, you know, not Dark Souls, but that sort of feeling you get where you don't need to be attacked by 20 enemies at once. You know that a skeleton's pretty badass. Burp. Is there a burp coming? Oh, God, I threw it in my mouth. Fuck no. Jesus. I can taste that. Taste my dinner. Anyway, yeah, so I love it because I've got all these combat mods on. I'm slowly working my way through this dungeon, step by step. The lighting, the atmosphere, it's all there. It's spooky as shit. I want more of this. I want less arcadey sort of dungeon, quote-unquote, shooting galleries where I just know I sprint through, I power attack an enemy if I come across an enemy, and I get to the end, there's a word wall, and then I fuck off. I want exploration, I want fun artifacts. So maybe in the next Elder Scrolls game we can have things like Legacy of the Dragonborn adds in the museum, and you can collect artifacts, or basically lots of different things, and put them in the museum. It'd be nice if dungeons had items that you could miss that wouldn't break any quests, but if you did pick them up, you could turn them into the museum and just slowly build up your museum over, I don't know, like 100+ hours of gameplay. Oh, God, I got a big dick. Also, in this tomb, I find this more atmospheric than most, especially because it's got all these desecrated soldiers around it. I think that it's such a cool story for this quest. This quest is a Daedric quest. However, just like a lot of the other side content, it's a lot more packed with that sort of rich story flavor or storytelling flavor than the main quest, which is pretty fucking mundane. Someone said to Todd Howard, do you want a good main quest or do you want to be bug free? And he went, no. Also, isn't it sad that just the fact that this dungeon compared to the other dungeons has like little light beams that you just follow, it's not like you can get lost. It is just a gallery like the other dungeons, but because it's got light beams that you follow, that is unique enough compared to the others to make it stand out to me as being a good dungeon. We've really got to set our standards higher, guys. I absolutely love fighting these. What are these things called? Yeah, the Shade. Oh man, the Corrupted Shade. These are so cool looking. Yeah, boy. Whack it again. Yeah, baby. I love the jelly that it leaves behind. I know it calls it Ghostly Remains. What was it? Ectoplasm in the other one? In Oblivion, sorry. Fucking hell, get it right. That was a HQ, high quality ash pile as well. Yeah, I really, really like the Corrupted Shade design. I'm pretty sure that's probably modded in right because it looks cool. Sorry, Bethesda. God. Come on, give Daddy a sunflare. Vigor or stamina, Lydia's in trouble tonight. Can I say that or am I going to get taken off YouTube? Oh, dab on the haters. Blast Daddy with sunflare, there you go. Corrupt this. Yeah, I just remember at this moment I don't have the dual wield block, which is wonderful. I'm just going to pop a squat and heal up. I tell you what I can never seem to land is the sideways power attack with this Leviathan axe. Oh baby. I wish combat gameplay overhaul was modular so I could take things like jump attacks and dual wield blocking and leave out things like drastically changing the animation so it breaks other mods. Okay, so this is locked. I think we just have to do a bit of voodoo here. Boop. There we go. Solved that with a bit of fucking magic. We're at the part of the video where I realised that the shield bash, because it's a paladin shield, the shield bash can it's got a chance to roll sunfire damage and set undead on fire. Literally, the Paladin of Stendarr armor was made to fist this quest. And Daddy's got brown sauce for days. Yeah, overall, this is a pretty good dungeon. Like I said before, the standard for a pretty good dungeon in Skyrim is pretty low. I mean, if you go into a dungeon and it's got a bear and a basket and a leak, you kind of like, that's okay, that's a good dungeon. So having a dungeon like this where you need to jump over gaps and fight skelly boys and, you know, click a special orb, a giant anal bead that then shoots a laser out of it, this is like god tier compared to some of that stuff. I know I'm shitting on Skyrim, but I did enjoy this quest. It's just nice. It's a nice change of pace from the cookie cutter caves and dungeons that I spent a lot of time in. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed whooping, and in case you didn't notice, Valdar's doing what I would consider pea shooter damage. That's because he's tired, and the fatigue, because it's at max level, means that he's doing 70% less damage. So he's basically throwing his hurt feelings at them. Take note, SJWs. Would it have killed Bethesda to make a couple of unique armors? It doesn't even have to be super duper crazy unique. Just a fucking foot on it or something. Anyway, I get in here, I twist his ballsack, pull his stomach out through his kidneys. Wait, what the fuck am I even saying? Anyway, I whip my Koran. Nice. Dawnguard, baby. Dawnguard. Look at the texture on this sick puppy. It's so sexy. It's amazing, and if you want to know what mods I use for it, ask me and I'll check tomorrow morning, because by the time you see this, I'm probably asleep. Anyway.
Oh, no, you don't.
So I'm not proud to say that I was ambushed here by the Imperial soldiers. I got a pretty rough, you know, didn't see these guys coming. Bit of this, bit of that, but luckily I got to test out Dawnbreaker. I know I called it Dawn God earlier. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll try and be better. I'll try and fail, but I'll try. That's the important thing. I love you, Dad.
Victory is yours.
So unfortunately for the Imperials, we don't recognize the Geneva Convention here, and the only thing Valdar takes is names, not prisoners. You can see from the way he's holding his side, he's got a pretty sore tummy. He ate too many sweet rolls, and now he's all bunged up, children. He's going to need some... What would you use for that? Prunes. That'll sort the issue right out, mate.
If you know any true sons and daughters
So, we've come across this Stormcloak patrol. This is probably who the Imperials are trying to scuffle and ambush. Not me, because I'm too intelligent to be ambushed by Imperials. Or imps.
For that price?
I'm recruiting two of these guys because I know I'm about to go and fight the slavers. I know they're black-facing and that's not cool, but I'm going to rock it anyway, just because I need the extra bodies.
Keep that magic away from me.
Oh, is that what Lydia's been calling it?
How much?
Okay, so here we're going to paddle this slippery ice snaky boy. And you are about to see the most beautiful mist rolling in over the low hills. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Now this whole time we've been questing without the compass up, and I absolutely love this, because whenever I've got the compass up I am very anal about, or OCD about, keeping the objective in the center of the compass, and I go straight towards it. I don't really look at the scenery, I don't soak it all up, so that's why I'm playing without the compass on right now. Also, I love not knowing where the enemies are. I find, especially in Fallout as well, because that's a ranged sort of combat system. Whenever I know I'm in combat, the combat music comes on, I'll look at the compass, and I'll make it so that I'm facing directly towards the enemy, then I'll look down my sights. I think, you know, what I'm loving about this Skyrim playthrough is it's high danger, the enemies are very dangerous, and also you've got to use your other senses. I'm using my headphones, I can hear, you know, a wolf off to the left, I can hear a bandit to the right. It's all going on, I can hear metal clanging in the mist. It's so atmospheric and immersive, I love it. Lydia and Valdar, doggy style to the end.
Is someone there? Wait.
So we've got all these slavers outside a cave, right next to this crashed ship, and all of a sudden this guy waddles out. Oh boy, it's time for a paddling. This guy should have just got into a dinghy and paddled for Volkaha. I always butcher that one up. So yeah, I really enjoyed exploring this little boat. There's a chest on the boat that requires a special key. I don't know if that's part of the quest or not. I got this fucking arrow in my chest, I've just noticed. Yeah, I enjoy sort of like doing these underwater exploration segments. It's just a nice change of pace from a whack-a-mole Draugr in a cave. Also, at this point, I didn't know where the slaves were, so I'm gonna peace out and go back to the cave. However, like I said, I'm not playing with the compass, so I'm trying to remember where the cave was, going up and down the hill a bit. Which again, it's me creating my own fun within Fallout 4 in Skyrim with mods. But this is so much more fun for me, more immersive for me to discover these things myself and then try and remember where the cave is. It just sort of sucks me into the world a bit more, as opposed to looking at a map marker on a compass. However, if I did get lost like some sort of dingus, I would pull up the map and then see where I am in reference to my objective. God, I'm boring. Okay, here we go. So right away, these are just the baddest fucking dudes. Poison his meat, naughty, 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 naughty. We're gonna have to slaughter these guys. I'm talking massacre level, extinction level bandit slaughter here. I honestly thought that there'd be more slaves than these three. Not that three aren't important, it's just, you know, when you think about the slave camp that Caesar's Legion runs on the East Coast in New Vegas, this is 3 fucking people. Anyway. Paladin Shield Thorn Breaker combo is really getting my nipples erect. I think they're actually cutting through my jumper right now. So I saw these two, you know, they appeared to be quite well-equipped bandits. One's a slaver, I think one's a chief. I saw them as an opportunity to test the mettle of our Stormcloak brothers. Brothers, fuck my life. Unfortunately, Lydia's gone full Lucian, and it's time to turn your own men and slaughter. Are we Vast from Far Cry? Or any other evil comic villain? Gunlaug just had his fucking arsehole pulled out, stretched over his body, turned him inside out like one of them stretchy aliens. He just got fucked so hard.
I don't know who you are, friend, but thank you. Will you go check outside and make sure it's safe for us to leave? I heard that bandit say there's some others on the way to ship us out of here. Please, help us. That's my wife and son in there. I've got to help them. He's not going to make it if we don't. Hurry. I'll go see what I can do to get my family and the other man ready to get out of here. Please, make sure the coast is clear, and please...
So I do remember on the way through, his son he was holding onto his side on the ground like he was injured, so we're going to prioritize trying to help them out.
Good afternoon.
You are starting to become a nuisance. Bind him and take him back to my quarters on the ship. Good to see you're finally coming back around. Oh, don't worry. The paralysis isn't permanent, but you may have a headache for a while.
Okay, so initial reaction, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he being so nice? Why didn't he just cut my throat? If he can paralyze me, if he can roofie me, why didn't he just kill me?
There's no harm in you knowing. It's a spell from a very arcane and ancient school of magic. I am one of only a few who can wield it these days. For a lesser skilled being, its effects are more harmful to the caster than the victim. In recent times, many died simply trying to learn it, but I have mastered it, even if it does leave me a little tired. But I don't think you really want to talk shop, do you? No, of course not. You've caused me quite the bit of trouble, you know. But be that as it may, I'm glad to finally meet you face to face.
Okay, so we know that from what he's just said that he's extremely powerful. He's probably been into a couple of circle jerks at the old Sijic mage's place.
Yes, charming to the last, I'm sure. But you do understand that it's simply a matter of my good graces that you're still alive, don't you? Do you think that slaughtering an entire dispatch of Old Mary's soldiers, including 2 justiciars, would go unnoticed by the Dominion? Were it not for me, that fetid little town you're trying to rebuild would have been razed to the ground by now, and the Thalmor would have once and for all put an end to your pitiful little band of miscreants. Oh, you look surprised. But don't worry. I know everything. The town, this Marcus Janus, and most of all Valerius Tiberius Arturia, and his pathetic remnants of the Keepers of Hatu. They were also once a great thorn in my side, and, like you, caused me not a little bit of trouble in the past. But their time, his time, and yours, has come to an end. I expect him to die, like all men will die or serve the Dominion. The era of men has come and gone. It is now the time of the Ultima. You know, we were once a very patient people, but that patience has worn thin.
Fuck. Interested to meet us though. I kind of feel like we're going to get a renegade option here to join the... Fuck, what are these dudes called? Thalmor. Jesus Christ, Retro.
I could have killed you, but I did not. Why? Yes, good. You see, we're not so different, you and I. I killed his family and others. You killed my men at the prison. We're both murderers. It's all just a matter of perspective.
Oh boy, this is juicy.
But yes, you are. You will see that in time, if you live.
What is it that you want?
You will go get Valerius Tiberius Arturia and hand him over to me at the prison where you murdered my soldiers.
I would never do such a thing. Will there be sweet roll?
Oh, but there is where you're wrong. You will, or else your friend Marcus Janus will die.
This guy's the most compelling villain in Skyrim, and he's not even vanilla.
Said, I know everything about you and your friends. I know that yesterday he decided to take a little stroll down to Riverwood. You know, you just can't be too careful these days. You never know when you might get kidnapped and brought to me. So, as you can see, you have little choice. Bring Valerius to me, and I might let Janus live. Don't bring him to me, and he will surely die, as will Valerius and you. So you see, Valerius is going to die, one way or another. This way, you at least get to spare the life of your friend. It's your choice. Now, you must sleep for a bit, and when you wake, you'll be back at the shore. You know what you must do. Now sleep. Guards, take him back to the shore.
Holy shit on my... Okay, so we got some problems here. Fuck. Breathtaking, or not breathtaking, that implies that it's positive. It's more like when you see people in movies and they get a lung punctured. That's how it kind of feels right now. Fuck. So, Marcus of... This is fucked. Marcus or Valerius. Kind of feel like this is a bit like the end of GTA 5 where we can turn either of them in, or maybe there's a third option that isn't specifically stated, like Death Wish. Maybe we can work with Val and bust this operation, bust this Thalmor's ass wide open. Baby. Let me know in the comments who you think we should rock and roll with. I mean, Death Wish seems like the correct thing to do, just go in swinging, but maybe it's out of my control. Maybe, I mean, this guy is powerful, he's got some strong ass magic, so maybe saving both of them and Helgen is beyond my power, even though I am the Dragonborn. Khan! So, let me know in the comments, guys, what are your opinions on this? I will wait a couple of days to read the comments and then make an informed decision about what I'm going to do next going forward. How are we going to wrap this bad boy up? Who are we going to save? Oh, I will say that this mod portrays the Thalmor in such an interesting way compared to Vanilla. Vanilla, they're just sort of like these sneaky, stabby, cloak and dagger types, whereas in Helgen Reborn, you know, they've got this prison. They're a proper military force on top of the Imperials. It's not just, you know, they have one or two agents accompanying the Imperials. They are their own military force. You get a sort of a sense of dread when you see them. They're armed to the teeth and they're ready to fight, whereas, you know, Vanilla Skyrim, they're just robed high elves, which basically means that they fall over an apple and die, sort of thing. I love the way that this guy's portrayed. He's sort of showing us a Thalmor that we haven't seen in Skyrim, where they are in control of everything. Yes, there are letters and things like that that sort of imply that, or show that the Thalmor have been running the show like puppet masters. But this guy is showing us that, and we're not reading it in a letter. He's saying, you know, oh, he went for a stroll yesterday in Riverwood, and guess what? Put a bag over his head, bundled him into the back of a van, took him up the hill, give him a tickle, he didn't like it. We're going to tickle his feet again unless you can bring us what we want. Don't fuck around, because we've seen Helgen, we can raise that shit. Don't mess with us, we're the big boys. I like this portrayal of the Thalmor. They've got teeth. And also, Jesus, that guy was jacked for a high elf. Altmer aren't necessarily, you know, that guy looked like Arnie. Anyway, oh, really enjoyed that. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider leaving me a like. Do you know what? Fuck that. Give me a like, or I'm going to put Valdar's muscle slider all the way to 0. Okay, excellent. Now that you've done that. Oh, subscribe too. That'll really help me out. Let me know in the comments whether or not we're going to save these bad boys, if we're going to throw them to the wolves. I miss Renegade options in Mass Effect. That was so good. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like this format as well, where I've chopped it up quite a lot. I did that because, obviously, I said at the start of the video, the recording was kind of balked, audio-wise, so I had to do post-recording. Let me know what you think about this. Have a great day. Peace.